YouTube. So y'all seen what's been going on Twitter, what's been going on social media, period, with the whole, what is it, 100 men versus one gorilla? Personally, I feel as though 100 men is gonna win, obviously, if all are going crazy. And all in all, if it came down to one left, you can't beat a bullet, nigga. Dead ass. So we gonna see what experts really think would happen. I mean, I already gave my point of view, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna let other people chime in and see what's going on.
100 men versus a gorilla.
Niggas put Spartacus as a representation of 100 men today. Hey, I'm sorry to tell you, brother.
What is up? I'm Lucas, and I am an animal expert, and for the past 10 years, I've been studying gorillas in depth, and I've also been studying martial arts. I've been competing in martial arts. As an animal expert and a martial artist,
But here's the thing, though. I know niggas are saying how it would be an unfair advantage due to like the type of men, and they're mentioning like weak niggas. When you in an army or you're in the military in general, are you putting your weakest people to the forefront? No, nigga, I'm putting the best out there. You feel me? I'm putting boxers, I'm putting MMA fighters, I'm putting shit. I'm putting special forces, I'm putting hitmen, I'm putting criminals. Send the criminals first. Send the criminals first, though.
This is my expertise. This is what I do. This is what I study.
We sending the killers to a death match, nigga. All the niggas with murder charges and all that. Y'all get. It's gonna be like Suicide Boys. Is it Suicide Boys or Suicide Squad? Suicide Boys is a band. Suicide Squad. We're like, hey, we gonna let you go. We gonna let off on your sentence if you complete this mission. There's this one gorilla outside. Y'all niggas gotta take it out. I'm sorry. Y'all got to do the dirty work. Go put your gloves on. Go get dressed up. Do what you got to do. If you want that, you want freedom, you want to taste the McChicken again, you got to give that a 2-piece, nigga.
And I'm kind of happy that this conversation is going viral because this is the age-old conversations that scientists have been having for a long time. Man versus chimp, man versus gorilla, and we've actually simulated exactly how humans should go about fighting these animals. I have studied in depth how people would fare in combat against a gorilla. I have a couple of years of rusty kickboxing, MMA experience, and I have studied martial arts. And as I've said early on in this video, I have experience in studying mountain gorillas under the tutelage of the Willa Gorillas in Australia, which is actually a rugby team that characterizes themselves on having the spirit of a gorilla. So in this video, I'm going to tell you guys how 100 people should approach a fight with a fully grown...
It's crazy because I was about to get a chest tattoo, right? With a lion facing one way and a gorilla facing another way on each chest. I mean, you know what I mean? So on one side, a gorilla, one side, a lion facing each other, almost like a face-off, because like I feel like those are my spirit animals, you feel me? Both king of the jungles and shit like that. And I feel like since I'm African, my last name is King of the jungle, lion, gorilla, you feel what I'm saying? Now I can't even do that. I just gotta stick to a lion because I feel like the gorilla's ops.
Grown gorilla. And the first thing I want to get to before that is I think people severely overrate these gorillas, and I've been hearing a lot of talk from these guys, and I don't know where they're getting this information, where they're studying. They're clearly not experts, but people tend to really enjoy overhyping these animals, especially gorillas. And so I'm gonna react.
I'm telling you, bro. You see what happened to Thanos? One big nigga. You can compare him to a gorilla. All the powers he had, he was whooping ass until they started coming like full force all together. You feel what I'm saying? Like multiple people is gonna take down a gorilla, bro. I'm telling you.
To one of the viral videos from this one guy that's talking about how he doesn't think 100 guys could fight one gorilla and could win that fight, whereas I totally disagree.
Now, I would not join a modern day hunting party of men because the question is 100 men versus one full-grown silverback gorilla. And there are people out there.
He may be my ass, but he's not being a bullet. I keep telling you.
Like this that are saying that 100 guys would win. And no, they wouldn't.
100 rounds.
No,
let's see.
No, they wouldn't. I love how he says that. No, they wouldn't. As he's about to explain why it's so obvious as to why 100 grown men are not going to beat the fuck out of a gorilla. Let's hear that again. I love the way that he says it with supreme confidence.
100 guys would win. And no, they wouldn't. I don't know. Just flat out.
No.
Maybe you, big back ass nigga. Maybe not you, but if you put the best of the best, you feel what I'm saying? The gorilla's not really gonna.
No. Just flat out no.
Flat out no. A gorilla's skin, you can't bite through it.
Oh, dude, he's going the Joe Rogan route. Gorillas.
I gotta bite the gorilla to beat his ass.
Densely corded balls of dust, and they're densely corded. Like, dude, stop glazing gorillas. Yes, their skin is probably tougher than a human being, but don't even tell me that I'm not able to fucking hurt a gorilla. All right, all I need to do is bite it, and it's gonna leave a mark. And, give me I know we're not talking weapons, but come on, dude. If they're hides. Gorillas are so powerful that when they're breathing in, they're snorting in, that they can suck you into their nostrils and just breathe you right out. They're just, oh my God.
Their bones, somewhere between 2 and 4 times as thick and dense as ours.
Whoa.
What does that mean?
2 and 4 times.
They're not exempt from
That's
pain.
pretty crazy. I mean, that is true. Listen, I'm going to give this guy the credit where it's due, but that's true.
Their hand, like their grip.
I got a new prompt for y'all, though. One gorilla, 100 YNs. He's definitely not making it out. Now the odds is even... You know what I mean?
Force is something like 1,300 pounds. That means that with one hand, they could crush your skull.
That's not true at all. And listen, there's something about these animal lover glazers that just love to hype up these chimps and gorillas, especially the chimps and the gorillas. Joe Rogan is a prime example. They get carried away. I think the narrative for a while was that a chimpanzee is 10 times as strong as an average man. And actually, the reality is that they're only 1.5 to 3 times as strong as the average man. And there's this idea that chimps could rip your limbs off, that they would literally drag your arm and it would come out of its socket and not just be dislocated, which that could happen, but no, it would literally rip your arm off and you'd be bleeding out of your shoulder socket because you'd be missing an arm. This guy is doing the classic, they could crush your head with a pinky. They could just go like that, and your head is exploding like a watermelon that got a boulder dropped on it. That's just not true. Gorillas don't have hands that are capable of crushing your skull with a little bit of a oomph, okay? If they want to do that, they're going to have to get your head with 2 hands. And first off, you're assuming that they're even smart enough to understand how to go about doing this. A gorilla that's going to want to hurt you is not going to want to see your head explode. These are very, very simple animals. It's going to hammer fist you. It's going to swing at you. It's going to just, it's going to maybe bite you. It's going to fling you around. It's not going to take the time to maneuver its hands around your head and then squeeze. It's not going to do that. And it certainly isn't going to either. And that's not even possible.
Squeeze them.
Okay? That's not even possible. If a gorilla tried to do that, it would hurt. It would hurt. But it'd be like the equivalent of, like a UFC fighter neck cranking you. They get you in a submission, but it's not under the neck. It's like here. It'd be like that. It'd be like, oh man, I don't like this. This doesn't feel comfortable. But it'd be nothing that would crush your head like a sweet pea. Okay.
My dudes, this is what you're fighting. My
dudes, this is what you're fighting. He said that in the most Reddit way possible, dude. My dudes, this is the thing you're fighting. Yeah, you're pointing to a skeleton of a gorilla. It's not intimidating at all. Okay. This is not intimidating. Like the way he said that, you'd swear he'd be showing you a Tyrannosaurus Rex carcass or a Tyrannosaurus Rex fucking skeleton, dude. Or you'd swear he'd be showing you King Kong himself. He's showing us what looks to be 4 foot tall, 3 feet long gorilla with it looks like a small chimp, to be honest. This is not something that's going to shiver our timbers, okay?
They're 6 feet tall. They weigh about 400 pounds on average.
There are men that weigh 400 pounds, okay? And not all of them are...
Like I said, I'm bringing my biggest hitters. I don't know why you think that I'm going to just put anybody out there. Like, what? We playing Shaquille O'Neal. We gotta sacrifice him for the one. You know what I'm saying? The Undertaker, definitely. Undertaker, you got to go. Sorry, Mark. LeBron James, hey, he on the brink of retirement anyway. Throw him in there too. Just 97 left of the best. But you got the 3 biggest men,
severely obese couch potatoes. There are plenty of people, not plenty, but there are people that weigh 400 that are strong. You've got strong men.
He built like a
You've got
gorilla.
linemen that are playing football. But obviously, that's not the average man. And we're going to assume that we're selecting 100 random men. And we're going to have a couple of Goliath type of guys in there. But, you know, most people are going to be slightly less dense than me. And I mean, slightly, a lot less dense than me. But most people are going to be, you know, not as capable as even myself, who obviously is a martial artist and a dense.
They can lift, press, or pull somewhere between 2,000 to 4,000 pounds. For some perspective, that's enough to tear your arm or your leg off.
Again, when people say things like tear your arm off, a gorilla is capable of dislocating your arm, dislocating your shoulder, and that's, we're going to talk about how it would attack people and how we would defeat it, but essentially a gorilla is going to grab your arm and it's going to drag you around. It's going to drag you around. You know, these things are very stupid. They don't have a lot of brain cells. They're not doing it in a finesseful way. They forget what they're doing after they've taken 2 steps holding your arm. They don't even know what they're holding anymore. But obviously, it's very strong and it's very random.
That right there is a crazy build. I ain't gonna lie.
And that's the thing that these animals are so good at, is their random movements that we're just not prepared for. It's going to dislocate your arm. Okay, it's not going to tear your arm off like a piece of bread, okay, or crush your head with its pinkies. No, dude, it's going to dislocate your arm, and your arm is going to be...
Thing about fighting these, bro, you're going to have to take some hits, and there's going to be some hard hits, bro, because she's big as hell, strong as hell. They're gonna lunge at you. We need Braun Strowman in there. Let's add him too.
He basically like a limp noodle. And that's it. But it's not as horrific as they make it seem.
We get the Chinese man from Rush Hour 2. Is it Rush Hour 1 or 2? But Rush Hour. We need that dude. He too damn big.
Your arm is going to be fucked up, but you'll lose feeling in it. And they'll be dragging you around. You'll probably hit a couple of rocks, a couple of bumps, a couple of stumps. But listen, you're going to keep your arm, okay? A chimpanzee is certainly not capable of tearing your arm off. Unless you're a...
You got to send John Cena in there because, you know, he's a distraction. You can't see him, so that's going to be the little, you know what I mean, the flank. You got to flank him somehow, so that's going to be the flank.
Baby, your arm is not getting torn off. And also, they don't even have the finesse to be able to do that. A grown man, a gorilla is not going to be able to grab this here and grab your shoulder here and... No, dude, they're not going to be able to do that. What's more likely is that they're just going to run with your arm, you're going to dislocate it, and it's going to be really limp. But you're going to have your arm.
I feel
okay? It's not just coming off.
The way to fully understand how a gorilla will probably act during that scenario is to watch Planet of the Apes. All of them. That's going to give you an idea. That's basically like watching film right there.
Off like you would break a piece of bread in half. That's just never going to happen. They're not capable of doing that.
There's guys out here trying to rationalize this, being like, well,
we're bigger than them, dude. Dude, this is like an obese person.
And that kind of like defeats the point that dude was making, saying that these things are like 6 feet tall and you're 400 pounds.
So when they tell you they're big boned, okay? I mean, you're not really scaring me. Yes, if you really get into the nitty gritty details, again, I've studied gorillas with the Willa gorillas. Yes, that's their femur, their ribs. They have a big rib cage. They have very dense bones, a very dense head. But it cracks me up when people say, but the question that we need to ask is, how might someone even hurt this gorilla? People are actually asking that. People are literally asking.
I'm bringing shapes.
Well, okay. I'm with you with the 100 men, but how do you expect to even hurt it? I don't know. Punch it in the face. We're capable of knocking each other out. Take a person that trains in combat sports that's capable and put them up against an untrained person, they are going to inflict severe damage on that person, okay? So if we're capable of inflicting severe damage on another human being, we're capable of inflicting some damage on a gorilla.
I feel like UFC fighters just got that build, bro. It's like that build. You know what I mean? Like, they got that look to them. I don't know.
Okay, and 100 people. We'll talk about it, but...
endurance animals and all that stuff, this thing could operate at a quarter of its strength and still body bag.
Yeah, dude. No, I mean, yes, it could, but like, come on, dude. A quarter of its strength. They don't know how. This is why humans have a huge advantage. Gorillas don't know how to operate at a quarter of their strength. They're all or nothing animals, okay? And we'll get to that.
You haven't even addressed the fact that even if you get close enough, you can't damage it.
Yes, we can. I can damage.
They can escape bullets. Like I'm telling you. They can't escape bullets, bro.
Damage a gorilla, and I'll show you how. Okay?
Hands, but you can't
fucking hell, yes, bullets, we can easily damage it. Okay? How about their eyeballs? Can't damage it. How about their eyeballs? Let's say one gorilla is attacking another human. I'm going to sneak up on it and fucking gouge it in the eyes. Okay? I'm going to dig my fingers into its eyeballs. And you're telling, well, they're just going to bop off of them. Yeah. Like it's a force field in a freaking animation movie. It's just going to bop right off of them. No, it isn't, dude. It's going to fucking piss it off. It's going to not be able to see. It's going to start flailing around. And that's when I can freaking land a big old gnarly uppercut. Okay? And if there's someone that's, like a Jack Della Maddalena would be perfect for fighting a gorilla. Someone with good inside box and they could really deliver.
What the fuck? I don't know. He do knock me out, so I can't really talk shit. But still, like, bro probably got knocked in the face so many times, bro. He just said, fuck it, bro. Hey. But damn. He's not the first person I've seen with this type of... Damn, nigga, what the fuck? At what cost?
Deliver the big blows on the inside. All right? We could easily damage it.
Skin, super dense bones, wrapped in an insane amount of muscle. You could...
Yes, okay, I agree. These things are tough. And what, dude? No one's claiming that one person can beat a gorilla. Although I believe it's possible with the right training. And we're going to get to that. I'm going to tell you guys how I would go about fighting one gorilla, but 100 people, the glazing that he's doing for this gorilla, substitute the gorilla with 100 men and give this guy the premise that, okay, could a human win a fight against 100 men? He would say things like, do you understand just how many people that is? We can only deal with 2 people at once in a fight. Imagine there's 100. I mean, like... You're glazing the gorilla. I mean, dude, 100 men is fucking terrifying, okay?
Hit this hard enough to break anything. Like, its femur is twice the size of yours. I want you to look at that skull. That skull could headbutt you and cave your face in.
Dude, Bigfoot Silva and Zhang Ming Yang.
They got some craniums. Look at this boy. Look like he swallowed a TV, dog. Look like look like a tiki. Look like
Mog a gorilla.
Then we come down here. Each one of these appendages is a...
Oh, we got to throw Great Khali in that motherfucker.
Death area. And even if you don't die,
damn near built the same.
You're going to be missed.
And the Big Show. So that's already like 5 or 6. Now the best of the best, and you're done. I'm talking prime Big Show, prime Great Khali, prime Undertaker, prime Braun Strowman, and prime Rush Hour dude. Who else did I say? Oh yeah, we threw LeBron James in there. He retired anyway. Shaquille O'Neal, prime Shaquille O'Neal. He breaking glass in that motherfucker.
Or have a crushed limb. You're out of the fight until it decides to come and clean you up.
No, it is not gonna fucking clean you up. Even if it does win and it kills 100 people, it's not gonna sweep us up with a fucking broom and get us out.
Hulk smash your face in till you like looking like fucking invincible. No, well, yeah. He probably will, but like he's not finna come back and double tap. Come on,
there. All right. Even if you were severely injured and not dead, it would forget that you even existed in the first place. It would forget why it was even there in the first place. It wouldn't even remember the fight.
And I loved some of the crazy hunting tactics because they're like, well, we would just swarm and what are you going to get? Maybe 6-10 humans at the same time. And we would grab its limbs and spread it out. These are going to crush you.
This thing's just
where they can think that my life is maybe a little boring, but at least there are these monster gorillas in the forest just tearing limbs off of people and crushing limbs like twigs and biting heads off. And they like to think that there's, been instances where a human has come into contact with a gorilla and a gorilla just smashed it and ate it whole. And they've charged at a person and their nostrils are so strong that people have been sucked into their nostrils and killed that way. I think people are
really saying, I hope people are not saying that. Like, they go, what? People really saying that? They probably think the earth is flat.
To think that these things exist in the world. I don't know what it is. I mean, I understand it. It's kind of cool to think about how a bear is so tough, man. A bear is so tough. It's kind of cool. I get it, man. Yeah, man. We all relate to each other. Yeah, we're pretty tough at the top of the food chain, but gorillas in a one-on-one fight, those fuckers are tough. I get it. It's entertaining, and it makes the world more interesting knowing that there are these badasses out there, absolutely. And I still understand that, you know, you can go too far with it. If you're starting to say things like they can, I mean, I've even heard people say things like they can crush banana trees with the flick of a wrist and stuff like that. You know, some people just have unbelievable confidence in what one measly gorilla can do against 100 random people. Now, we're going to talk about two things. Number one, we're going to talk about the strategy because there is a correct strategy. And number two, we're going to talk about who's getting sacrificed first, because obviously I think that, you know, this is the interesting part is,
like I said, somebody got to take some hits. First people to come at him. I mean, listen, you got to throw John Cena in there. You can't see the nigga. You got to throw John Cena in there. You feel me? You got to throw him first. Can't see him. That's a distraction. He going to flank him. He probably going to like put bananas in his face or some shit like that. Then hit him with the STFU, and then the attitude, what you call it? Fuck. He gonna make that nigga submit. Try to, while everybody else attack and get on top, and you're gonna bum rush that dude. You gonna just, you're gonna hit him with boom, boom, boom. You kicking him, all that. Come on, dude. We gotta sacrifice John Cena. You already seen the shit he was doing. He gotta be put down too.
The first few people that come into contact with that gorilla and force it to fight. And I'm going to say force it to fight because a gorilla, this is the thing.
You ain't got to force nothing. Just sneak attack. John Cena.
A gorilla would never actually fight 100 people. You guys need to realize this. I realize
it would run away. It would try to fight first. It would backpedal and retreat.
This is why I talked about it in the beginning of the video. 100 people start charging at a gorilla. Fuck it. It could be a bunch of women and men. All right? They might not even be able to distinguish. But let's say 100 women and men. I think a gorilla could take 100 women. But listen. Let's just say.
Whoa. You better get on the wrong side of Twitter, buddy.
50 men, 50 women. Just take 100 people charging at a gorilla. It's going to run away. And that's why this fight's not realistic. It's just going to run away. All right? Even 30 men, 20 men charging a gorilla with angry man faces. They're going to run away. That's why it's not realistic. And then, you know, even if there's 10, dude, unless you're literally grabbing their offspring, it's not going to fight you. It's going to run off and scurry away in the bushes. So this fight is just unrealistic to begin with. As if like a gorilla's just going to stand its ground, get ready to rumble, get ready to thump. No, it's not. It's not going to do that. It's going to run away. 10 men is enough to make it scatter through the bushes.
I think it's Thanos, dog.
But let's say we're in an enclosed space, and let's just say you give the gorilla something to make it angry. Okay, you do something to piss off. Let's just assume we're starting at the point where it starts to get angry. Okay, I know exactly the strategy that would work to beat the gorilla, and this is actually something that I've studied throughout many years. There's always been this age-old question for whatever reason it's going viral right now.
You had a whole vendetta against gorillas and shit.
But we actually studied the exact formation that would work, and that's right. You heard formation
for this day.
I think that again, you're going to have to force it to fight because gorillas are going to be scared. They're going to be running around. But sometimes a scared animal, when its back is against the wall, is the most dangerous it could possibly be. And so, you know, it is going to be a fight, absolutely. But what people may think is that you're going to charge it with anger. It's going to be too hectic. You're wasting too much energy. There's a way to do it, and it's called the swarm method. It's called the swarm method. And what the swarm method is you have 100 men, randomly selected. Some of them are pipsqueaks. Some of them are pretty tough. Most of them are totally average schmucks. But humans own gorillas as far as mentality goes. You need a leader in this instance. And this is for me to train people. And again, someone might be putting on this experiment because it's going viral. I am telling you guys that I would 100% be interested in this. If there's some experiment where this happens, I am 100% confident that I will do this. I will be front.
You got to put the inmates first, dog. People with death penalties, that's your death penalty. You got to fight this gorilla. If it worked, and everything goes the way it's supposed to, you get a couple years off your sentence. If you got life, shit, you got to luck.
Center, but you must make me the leader, okay? You must make me the leader. Everybody needs to be on the same page. This is very important. You're gonna take your hand. You're gonna put it on the guy next to you. You're gonna take your other hand. You're gonna put it on the guy next to you, and everyone's gonna form a link. You know how it is. Like I believe there was a toy like a link of monkeys back in the day, where it was like a bunch of red plastic monkeys, and they were all sort of linked together. You have to form a link, a chain link fence. I'll get to why it's called the swarm. You're gonna put your hand on the guy next to you. Put your hand on the guy next to you, and it's almost gonna be like a rugby huddle. And there's 100 people, so there's gonna be 25. You can't. Again, this is in a big room, I'm assuming, or a flat grass area. You can't start in a way where the gorilla is like, you need to get around it. So obviously you're not gonna the gorilla's not gonna allow a bunch of people to just surround it. So you have to have 25 guys like this, 25 guys like this, 25 guys like this. Let's do 100. I said I was gonna do 50. And 25 guys like this. All right, and they're all gonna be in quarters, separated by like 20 feet in between the quarter group chains, and then they're all gonna start marching forward. And there has to be full confidence. Okay, and you have to sort of trap the gorilla until each quarter is with each other. Now we have 100 guys, all standing kumbaya, hand on each other's shoulders. And then you have to lock in and understand that we own gorillas. We own them, okay? Mentally, we absolutely own gorillas.
And then charging.
Comes the champ. This is where we scare the gorilla. And this is where it gets ugly, because people assume that it's going to be some sort of a fight where, we're going to fight. No, dude. You're going to scare the living fuck out of this gorilla and fuck it up mentally first. Mental warfare to make the gorilla start. We're going to make him really confused. We're going to make him start looking around, dazed and confused, running back and forth, trying to see if there's a way out. But no, there's a chain link moving in. And as the link moves in, because, it's 100 people, it needs to, eventually get tighter and tighter. You have some people break out and then, go behind the other guy. So eventually it's going to be like 50 guys in a circle, 50 guys right behind, and then comes the mental warfare. We have to start chanting, fuck you. And we're not expending a lot of energy because we're not running or we're not, we're not tense, and we're basically saying, fuck you. fuck you. And we're all going to move in, and the gorilla's going to start chanting, and we're all going to be looking at it. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And the thing is that the fuck yous have to be real. They have to be coming from a place of hatred. And we're going to say, fuck you, fuck you.
I don't even know if this nigga's being serious anymore. Like,
okay, dude. All right. And the thing is, this is kind of funny to imagine, but this is actually the tried, tested, and proven method. The only reason why it wouldn't be funny in person is because obviously, some of you are about to get absolutely fucked up forever. You're going to have life-altering injuries, okay? Which is why there has to be strength in numbers. Like the Vikings back in the day. The Vikings used to go on raids, and they would hoot and holler. They would gather around a campfire, and they would hoot and holler and become animalistic to stop caring about the consequences. And they would just get absolutely berserk in their mind to stop caring about the consequences. And that's what you need to do with fuck you chants. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Y'all might have to go ahead and link the death penalties with like the mentally ill. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get the crazy motherfuckers in that shit, nigga. The niggas that be like, they be climbing on walls and shit. You gotta grab them. You feel what I'm saying? You need them too, cause those are niggas that don't give a fuck. They don't care how big you is. Nigga, they gonna find a way. They gonna kill your ass with a fucking sport,
nigga. Dude, okay, and then eventually, there's, as I said, the chain link is gonna go from 100 to 50, and then 50 people behind it. Think about the movie 300. There's like 20 Spartans, and then there's 20 behind them, and 20 behind them. The people in the first row are gonna get asked.
Sure, that's where you put the death penalties at. Matter of fact, you mix the death penalties on each corner of sides. So say these niggas got life, these niggas got life, but the one in the middle, he don't care because he mentally ill. That nigga psychotic. He don't care. Crash outs, we need them. YN's gonna be in the back row to enforce that. They might have little switches and shit. You know what I'm saying, just in case, but they're gonna get the job done too. But if you forming it like this on each side, you straight.
The people in the first row are gonna get absolutely totally fucked up. It's gonna be, honestly, you're gonna be in such a vulnerable position, you're gonna wish you were never born. It's gonna be absolutely a disgusting level of fucked up. The first person to get hit. The thing is, the gorilla, by the time you get close to it and you make contact, it's going to be terrified, because think about the perspective of a gorilla, and its heart rate's going to be going through the roof, and its cortisol's going to be going through the roof, and it's going to be prepared for a fight, and so are we. And some people are going to be scared 100%. You'd be hella lucky to be on the outside of that link. All right, so but it's totally randomized. That's the thing. If you're one of the guys that has to make contact with the gorilla first, it's up to luck, and that's, you have to still be locked in. You can't turn around. Yeah. So eventually, the gorilla's going to be really scared. Eventually, it's going to be like 20 guys. It's going to get that close in the circle. 20, 20, 20, 20. Okay, there's going to be 100. 20 guys are going to make contact. The 20 people that end up in the front, they're going to have to start playing their music from the Ride of the Rohirrim from Lord of the Rings. Where, I don't remember the music, but it's just amazing for charging at a gorilla. And 20 people are going to have to charge. I'm telling you, when you're playing Ride of the Rohirrim and you're running, you honestly feel indestructible 10 seconds into your sprint. Okay, when it's that time where you're imagining the Rohan riders getting pretty close, you have such energy, you're literally willing to risk your life in that moment. 20 people playing Ride of the Rohirrim.
My boy gotta get into crash out mode, just get in the mood.
In that moment. Or 20 people playing.
Gotta listen to Baby Kia.
Their favorite pump-up song at the same time. Let's say they all have AirPods in, and they're playing their favorite pump-up song, where this is it, this is my moment. You're going to have a second of unbelievable delusion where you think that you can actually fuck something up, even if you're not capable of fighting. Some people are going to just jump at it with absolutely no technique. Some people are going to have somewhere with all some athleticism to understand that, okay, maybe I'll like leap in there with a sidekick or something, or maybe I'm just going to fucking go for the eyes right away. But there's going to be a second of unbelievable delusion in your mind when you're playing your pump-up song, like when Rohan is charging into Gondor to kill all the orcs. At that moment, that's when you charge the gorilla to 20, and then the other people start going a little bit faster to try to close in the circle. And the gorilla is going to meet a few unlucky bastards. They're going to have to make first contact, and they're going to get unbelievably fucked up. The first thing that's going to happen, it's going to land a hammer fist against someone, and it's going to land it with its absolute peak explosive ability, because this is the first strike it's thrown. So whoever gets hit with that first hammer fist is going to have their orbital bone broken, their cheekbone broken, and their eye is going to go into their cheek. Their eye is going to be forever ruined. The person next to them is probably going to fall over. It's probably going to have an ability to fuck up the next few people as well. But as soon as it even starts to make contact with the third person, there's going to be 15 people behind it that are jumping on it. Literally just 3 people each tackle the leg, and then while it's going to lose its balance a little bit, and then you have 20 people in front. Just run up and kick it in the balls as hard as you can. So it's going to start losing its balance. One person is going to have to fucking kick it as hard as they can in the balls. Then some other people are going to absolutely stomp in the most vicious fashion on the knee. And then some people are just going to have the angle where the gorilla is starting to tip over, and someone's going to have the angle where they can just fucking crack it over the top of the temple. And you're going to
send the MMA fighters to do their job. The flying knees, the flying back fist, and all that shit. You gotta send them afterwards. So you put John Cena to go for the sacrifice, you know what I'm saying, because you can't see him, and then you put the crash outs, like the life sentences with the mentally ill to go, because they're gonna take the blow, but then you have the YNs around them. You feel what I'm saying? And that's where they don't give a fuck. They're gonna crash out, and they're gonna put it on. They're gonna put belt to ass. Word. And then when the gorilla is compromised, that's when you send the MMA fighters for the flying knees and the back fist all at the same time. It's unbeatable, dog. And that's how you take down a gorilla. I'm telling you right now, if you use this strategy, it's gonna work. For me, all that other shit y'all over here talking about, it's just
gonna break your hand. The average person, they're probably going to break their hand. So that punch is going to hurt. But then another guy's going to come in there and he's going to crack it on the side of the temple. The next thing you know, the gorilla's tipping over and it's falling because there's 3 people on each leg and it's been kicked in the balls.
If you want direct hits, you definitely got to get some Shaolin monks in there because you know they practice punching trees and shit. So like, they bones is strong. So you gotta get like a bunch of them to finish the job. Put them on the outside of the ring. They'll last, definitely.
2 people have hit it 2 times. And now it's on its back. And now you have 50 other people that are stomping the shit out of it. Yeah! They're fucking stomping on its head. And now you have at least 5 people that have angles to stomp on the head, and then the gorilla's gonna explode up. And then you're gonna fucking... I'm jumping on the gorilla, and I'm biting it as hard as possible. Arr! I'm biting it as hard as possible. Someone's gonna get the eyes and absolutely go, yeah! Someone's gonna dig into the eyeballs. Someone's gonna have an angle where they get the knee. They're gonna be able to freaking knee in the clinch. It's gonna start to fade. It's gonna start to feel overwhelmed. And there's still like 40 people that haven't even landed their shot. The next thing you know, that gorilla is gonna get tired, and we're all just gonna fucking jump on it. And listen, 7 people on one arm, yeah, holding the arm as hard as possible. 7 people on the other arm, yeah, hold the arm as hard as possible. Okay, just one guy.
I'm telling you, bro, you don't think 100 people already took down King Kong? Come on, bro. Look, we done with this. Listen, that just defeats the whole argument. You know what I'm saying? 100 niggas already took down King Kong. Will make you think they can't take down a gorilla. Heard it from me. Let me listen to what these other niggas are saying, bro. They don't know what they talking about for real, bro. I just gave y'all the full blueprint how to take down and dominate. Take it how you want. You already like this video, go ahead, comment down below, leave a like, and subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell to the side for Noti Squad, because we dropping these bangers. We posting every single day, daily. You feel what I'm saying? Locked in, let's get it.